Today we have a wonderful guest with us, and it is Miss Callie Anyan. She's with the Mississippi Department of Health, the Mississippi Medical Cannabis Program there, and she oversees the approval of patient and practitioner applications. And so today we're going to talk a little bit to our practitioners. And so, Callie, tell us a little bit about what a practitioner needs to do in order to apply to become a medical cannabis practitioner in Mississippi. And are you seeing any issues that keep coming up more commonly?
Yeah, absolutely. This program obviously can't thrive without our wonderful practitioners. And so we have tried to make that process as painless as possible for them, really straightforward. One thing that I do like is there is no charge to apply as a practitioner. And that is definitely meant to encourage people.
Yes.
And so some of the biggest issues that I am seeing primarily, one thing that I think is completely unintentional, a lot of times people are putting their specialty as what they intend to practice. What we're actually looking for is for that wallet card licensure board that we're looking at, that specialty on there to match what's going on your application. We understand that several different, especially nurse practitioners, physician's assistants, may not have one sole specialty. What we are looking is that it matches your primary specialty on your license at that time. So that's kind of just a system of checks and balances there. That's a big thing we're seeing. Also, I think it's important to remember that if you are a practitioner and you are submitting that application and we ask for that proof of licensure, what we are looking for from our MDs and DOs and PAs is that wallet card from the Board of Medical Licensure that you get annually. I believe the Board of Optometry issues something very similar. I think it's an 8x11 sheet of paper though. And then for the Board of Nursing, it is something you actually have to request from them. I believe it's called a license authorization or something along those lines. And if you contact the Board of Nursing, at this point you tell them, hey, I'm needing that proof of licensure for medical cannabis. They know what you're talking about.
Good.
Unfortunately, a screenshot or a picture snap of the front-facing licensing portal that the public can access is not sufficient to meet the regulations at this time.
Okay.
So I am definitely needing that.
Okay.
Also, just a reminder, we are expanding on our CMEs that we're accepting.
Great.
The Mississippi State Health Association, I believe, they do have a recording of a presentation that Chris and Dr. Edney and I believe a few other people did back in June, and you are able to purchase that and complete it for CME credits.
That's wonderful.
And so that is in addition to the resources on our website that are Journal Medical Association journal articles.
Yes.
So it all kind of depends on if you want to go the route of what's on MSMA's website, and that is a little more specific to the program. It's going to be very cued in. You're getting it from Chris herself, who is the queen bee of all this thing. She is so wonderful. She has done an amazing job with this program. And I really think that that would be a great way to go. If you're looking for a little more researched way to get those CMEs, you can do the JAMA article route. And then, of course, we are trying to have more and more CME days. So keep on a look on that from your relative associations, health boards, anything like that that you follow, maybe have a membership in as a practitioner. More and more of those days are coming about. And it's usually me or Chris or someone from the program going to conduct them. So we can make sure that they are certified and that you can get your hours to have them uploaded.
It's so important to get those hours. And then each year, they also have to get another amount of hours. It's the 5 hours per year that to renew. And so it's just so important, even for our practitioners to understand, that what, issues could arise with medical cannabis use, but also that there are a lot of benefits as well. And so I know that you and Chris stay on the road a lot trying to educate and, get these CMEs done for our practitioners. And so we just thank you so much for helping with that process. And so now let's talk about sometimes I've noticed here and there that a few groups have come in and they did not have a legitimate address. So is that a problem for the Department of Health?
That's a very big problem, Angie. I'm glad you asked. So I kind of want to remind people, and some people, they're not intentionally trying to be misleading, but just to get some clarification out there, this program is for Mississippi patients seen in Mississippi, certified by Mississippi practitioners at a Mississippi office.
That's right.
So these practitioners, when they apply, they absolutely have to have a physical location that is appropriate and set up to see patients. Patients have to be seen in person. Telehealth is not allowed in the bill at this time. Whether that changes in the future is to be said, but as of right now, it absolutely has to be in person. Again, has to be in Mississippi, Mississippi doctor, Mississippi patient.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because we've had a few people, again, not really meaning anything by it, practitioners in surrounding states thinking, oh, well, just come see me, I'll certify you for the Mississippi program. Fortunately, it doesn't quite work that way.
That's right.
And so when practitioners do submit that address on their application, that is something we are looking for, is to make sure that it is a legitimate Mississippi practice location.
Yes, absolutely. Because, you know, the law is very clear, the regulations are very clear that it has to be a practitioner who is credentialed in Mississippi, who is approved by the Department of Health to certify patients who are Mississippi patients.
Yes.
And so it's critical. And then two, you know, our patients, you know, really do need to know where to go. Are there any other issues that you're seeing that that practitioners may be encountering with the application process?
So pretty much, like I said, the practitioner application is one of the simplest. It only requires 2 bits of documentation, not nearly as much information. One thing I did want to mention for our nurse practitioners and physician's assistants, you will not be able to submit your application until your collaborating practitioner has been approved.
So glad you mentioned that, because that has been a big issue that I've seen, is that nurse practitioners and, you know, the PAs, they'll go in to apply, but they have to have a collaborator who also has been approved by the Mississippi Department of Health to certify patients. And so that I'm so thankful that you mentioned that. That's very important as well. MCPA just encourages all of our practitioners and our patients to, you know, be thorough in your application process and submit the information that they need there. And so if it's, you know, information from your respective board, be sure that you get the right information there, because you do have, you know, if an application, even for the practitioner, is rejected, you know, you can add another 30 days potentially to that application process, it taking longer and longer. And that's not, you know, what y'all have intended, but you know, obviously, you know, you're getting a lot of practitioners that want to be certified, or approved to, you know, certify patients. And so it's just imperative for the practitioners to get all of the information that Callie needs so that she can approve you.
And I'm actually really glad you mentioned that the 30 days. That's actually a personal parameter that I have set to get those practitioner applications processed in. For some strange reason, the bill doesn't seem to stipulate a window for processing practitioners the way it does other kind of applications. But like I said, I have made it my personal mission to get those processed within 30 days for sure.
That's fantastic. If a patient or practitioner has any questions, you can go to their website and or email them, and all of that information is there on their website for you to use. And so just be sure to be as thorough and accurate on your application process as possible. Thank you, Callie, and thank you to our viewers for joining MCPA TV. For more information about the Mississippi Cannabis Patients Alliance, go to our website, follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and be sure to share this informative video with your friends and family. Thanks again for tuning in to MCPA TV.